Here we are, week 14. I'm headed up Highway 50 to Spooner Summit. Happy to be here. I haven't been here since probably fall of last year. So it should be a fun ride. Love this climb. It's pretty easy, long and steady. Looking forward to a good day. All right, yeah, so the climb up here is pretty good. The road is busy, but there's wide shoulder all the way to the top. So not a big deal, but the descent is tricky because of things like this. You see they got those drainage things, but on the other side, they're not all smooth like that one. So if you hit one of those, it's bad news. So you just gotta take it easy, know where the drainages are, and it's still a pretty good descent. So just be on the lookout if you come out here and do that. All right guys, let me tell you a story about this descent here. Back in 2014, broke my hip, and when I was coming back from that injury, started riding back on the road, I was really scared for a while to even go over 20 miles an hour, which it wasn't even really rational because my crash didn't involve speed or descents or anything like that, but I was just scared going at speed. And you know, I remember there were times I was coming down Geiger grade, I wouldn't go more than 20 miles an hour. So anyway, slowly over time I built up my confidence and it was getting pretty good. And then one day I was out here on Highway 50 coming down this descent here on the other side, and I got a flat front tire. Oh fuck, you know, I mean, that's the worst thing you would ever want to happen. So what happened, luckily I was on the bottom portion of the descent where there aren't many curves, but every time I tried to brake, you know, I was putting the brakes on nice and slow, but once I got down to a certain level, my bike would get real shaky. So it was like at one point there wasn't even a question in my mind of would I crash or wouldn't I crash. I was planning how to crash, you know. I was like, okay, I'm not falling on my left side, that's for sure. So I know towards the bottom there's a runaway truck ramp. There's a few of them, but I already passed some, but there's one more left. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get down to the runaway truck ramp and I'll just crash there on my right side. So I kept going and going, and you know, just slowly on the rear try to brake as much as I could. But like I said, if I brake too much, I started getting wobbly. So somehow, some way, I made it down to the runaway truck ramp, and just barely, right before I hit the gravel, I managed to stop. And man, that scared the shit out of me, man. My hands were shaking. I just sat there for like at least 10 minutes. And you know, I thought about even calling for a ride to get picked up, but I was like, no man, I gotta finish this ride. I can't let fear get the best of me. So there you have it. Flat front tire really kind of set me back on my recovery from mental recovery, trying to get comfortable at speed again. So you know, here I am, what is it, 3 years later, and even now, like, I'm not scared, but if I start getting over 45, I start hitting the brakes. So we'll talk about, guys, they have a lot of those on the other side. That's it for week 14. Pretty good day, good weather, got a good climb in. See you next week.